Hello, everyone. I'm Bill Chafin, um, a very blessed member of St. Mark's. I wanted to speak to you for a few moments in our morning manna presentations. I hope you've enjoyed them. I think they've all been incredible. I've watched them all. Uh, had this opportunity to share, and for those of you who know me, I'm a pretty gregarious person, always with something to say. Um, but I didn't want to go too far. For those of you who know me real well, this will not be a scouting message. It's a message relating to where we are in today's world with coronavirus, COVID-19 going on. Um, I know many of us feel that this is frightening. We don't know where it's going to end. We don't know what it's going to do to us individually and to our people in our family and our loved ones. I want to share a little bit of a story from the past with me. Years ago, on a couple of occasions, I went through some pretty rough stuff for me. Um, some bad things, bad decisions on my part, bad decisions on others' parts, and just bad stuff. My dear father, my 92-year-old dad, used to say, he said, God doesn't give you more than you can handle, son. So I took that to heart and believed my dad, kept on going. Um, so a number of years later, here in Richmond, a good pastor friend of mine, who's now down near Clarksville, Virginia, I think. I was in John's office one day talking about some things and I related this kind of, God doesn't give you more you can handle. John said, pull the Bible off the shelf here, Bill, and turn to 2 Corinthians. I said, oh boy, I see a sermon coming on. He said, turn to chapter 1. Now, look and start reading verses 8 through 10 for me. So I'm going to paraphrase those. I had spoken earlier. I had written out the King James version and the New Living Bible version. But I'm going to paraphrase where I was with my friend John. This was Paul's letter to the church at Corinth, and here in chapter 1, and I welcome you to go back and read it yourself in whatever versions you wish to read later. Paul said, when Timothy and I were traveling in Asia, some really rough things were happening, and we were pushed even to the point of death. And at that point, my friend John said, now stop. He said, doesn't everyone get pushed to the point of death? I said, we certainly do. I mean, we all die. So, death encounters everyone, right? Oh, yeah. He said, has anyone beat death? Oh, yeah. Uh, the guy who hung on that cross right there. By the way, that cross is something I've had for years since I went on a walk to Emmaus, and every time I've moved, that has been the number one thing that went to the house before I stepped in to know that Christ was there first. So, yes, I said, okay, Christ defeated death. He said, okay, now you can continue reading. And the next verse, I think in verse 10, it says, to know on whom we have to rely. Boom. So the message was there, and message that I'm sharing with you, is that we will get things bigger than we can handle in life. However it comes upon us, however it happens, and I'm speaking specifically today about the coronavirus. This is bigger than we can handle. Nobody really knows how to cure it yet. Um, thousands of people have already, over 1 million people, I think, have been infected, and thousands worldwide have died. It's rough. But in every situation, whether it be the coronavirus or financial ruin or losing a job or losing anything, turn to Him. Turn to Him. Because of all the things that could happen to us, that's the one thing we can't beat. It's called death. Christ did. So turn to that 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 8 through 10 sometime. But I want to also share something with you that I think you all know. And if you'll join me stating the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We've read that since we were children, haven't we? And it's still there. God may allow more things than we can handle to come to us. But, as Paul said in Corinthians, to know on whom we have to rely. There's a favorite song I've had from, back in the 70s. The name of the song is One Step Into the Light. But the one little lyric I want to say before we close, the songwriter wrote in that, the world will drag on you. Use his love to pull you through. Amen. His love. Let's close in prayer. Oh Lord, we're afraid now. We often feel helpless. We're frail. Help us to rely on what you have shared with us time and time again. You will not leave us, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life, and we will dwell in your house forever. Amen, brothers and sisters. God bless you.